And we are back with another Black with No Cream podcast. New episode every single Wednesday and Sunday. I am your host, Ben Haggerty, aka Ben Real Verse World, and this is episode 40. Today our special guest is R&B singer, songwriter, producer, pretty much all-around artist, Arin Ray. Arin is a bubbling artist right now, and I'm hyped that we were able to get him to hop on the show. Arin has had an interesting career, which started at an early age. He was a contestant on the TV show XFactor, being mentored by Brittany Spears. He was on the show for 2 seasons and then got nixed early. And after that, he moved to LA to chase his passion for music. As he grew in his craft, he also grew in his network. This guy went from being homeless in LA on food stamps to writing songs for some of the biggest names in the world, such as Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, Usher, Meek Mill, Jason Deurello, the list goes on. More so now he's focused on his solo artistry. He just released his debut album, Platinum Fire, and is halfway through his first headlining tour across the US. This is a very fire interview with lots of fucking tips for creators of all kinds. Mad inspirational. If this is your first time tuning into the podcast, you're probably wondering, what does Black with No Cream stand for? Black with No Cream is a private content creator group fueled by caffeine, or at least I take my coffee Black with No Cream, but you can drink or not drink, whatever the fuck you like, and still be a part of our community. We are a private group on Facebook open to creators of all kinds, aka if you make videos, if you're an artist, if you're a photographer, if you do marketing, management, editing, dancing, etc., etc., etc. All creators are welcome. Our private group has been growing rapidly. We have a shit ton of members working together by sharing content, asking for feedback, passing tips and tricks along to one another with the goal of becoming the most epic content creators on earth. And you can join our group if you want to by going to bwnc.com/join. We would love to fucking have you. Please join. All right, that's it. Enjoy the work week. Keep creating. Make sure to tune in every single Wednesday and Sunday for a new Black with No Cream episode. And without further ado, I bring to you my interview with Arin Ray and the most epic podcast intro ever created right motherfucking now. But I also still haven't finished the intro video yet. So right now you're just going to watch me and Arin staring at the camera all awkwardly. So let's play that.
Attention.
If you stop this podcast recording at any time, you will die.
I don't want to die.
Do you want to live?
Yeah.
You have 24 hours to share this podcast with 5 people or you will die.
I'm kidding, you won't die. You're just weak shit for not sharing.
And the winner of the best motherfucking podcast goes to...
Black with No Cream.
What do you think?
It's so fucking dumb and so fucking Ben Haggerty.
I knew you would say that.
And we back with another fucking Black with No Cream podcast. This is a new friendship for us. I have Arin Ray today, as you can see, or if you can hear.
What's the deal?
You got talent, bro.
Oh, thank you,
on like
man.
Multiple levels, and I've only known about you for a very little bit.
Appreciate that.
So
Appreciate that.
it's like tripping on like a little gold nugget, in music,
sure,
which is
Thank you.
rare. But I just made you do the awkward stare at the camera thing, which is
It's cool.
a good way to break the ice.
For sure.
I think that with these podcasts, a lot of the times it's like me interviewing homies of mine that I met throughout the time or whatever. Obviously, this is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
And so you were just chilling in my living room, and I was like, I want to talk to you because it's normal that we should be chatting like when we first meet, but I would like to save it. So this is like us first meeting right now, which is cool to me.
For sure. No, it's crazy, bro. This is it's wonderful, man.
Nah.
I'm sorry, my son's like.
Yeah, he's got his kid here. His kid's chilling over here with the homies.
I'm over here paranoid.
Dude, that's what I was just saying. I was like, I watched my homie's kid the other night. Being a father has got to be insane.
It's insane, but it's incredible.
How old's your kid?
He's almost 2, November 29th. He'll be this month. Yeah, so
wow.
I'm excited, man. He's just getting older and talking and doing all the stuff he's doing exactly right now. So
and now he's chilling podcast side.
For sure.
Spectating.
Yeah, spectating.
No, but you're a talented musician, bro.
Thank you, man.
Singer-songwriter. You can perform like a motherfucker. I've seen videos. Can I cuss in front of your kid? Is he paying attention?
No, you're
He's
good,
in the distance.
I can't be like I don't.
Yeah, right. But I just was looking at everything, and you make mad videos.
Yeah.
You have like a lot of music videos.
Well, yeah, we trying to. And then just lately, like a lot of the features have been coming out too. So like that's just kind of counting as well. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, it's like mad visual work. Like you guys were really putting time and energy into your brand.
For sure. Yeah. Now, at this point, we've actually come in, like, it's been really clutch. The last, like, I guess a few months, we've been really just trying to dish them out. Like today, we dropped. Damn.
Yeah, I just
today.
saw that.
Yeah, Noisy.
With Noisy?
Yeah. They
That's dope.
premiered it. Yeah. Thanks. Shout out to Noisy.
When did that drop? Like literally
this morning. Yeah.
This morning.
This morning. So that was cool. And then we did the Shit Communication came out. Old School came out, and then. I mean, we ain't homies like 3 times and like, stressing. So I mean, we got a lot of content, man. I'm trying to push, and we just shot another one yesterday, and I'm shooting another one Friday.
God damn.
Yeah. So yeah.
Fuck. Are you signed right now?
I'm signed to Interscope.
Interscope?
Yes.
Shout out to Interscope. There you go. You got the plug. Man, like that's what I was like doing. You know, I want to do a little bit of research before we start this shit, and I was like, there is mad content, and it's all within like this last year. You've just been dropping bangers after bangers, and the album dropped in March
29th. I think it was March 29th. Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. What's up? Is he good? I'm sorry, I don't want to keep breaking up. Can we bring him up here?
Yeah, bring him up here. I don't care if it's easier.
Yeah, come here, Bubba.
This is the first time we ever had a kid on the podcast. Yeah. This is dope.
Pull up, man. I'm gonna see what's up.
Wow.
Say hello.
Say hello.
Hello. Yeah.
What's it like having your pops be a superstar?
Oh man. Say
isn't that crazy though? That everything you're doing right now is like paving the way for this generation.
For him, man. Yeah, it's crazy, and like just to see how smart he is and what he grasps, he gets a hold onto, and what he likes to do. It's just, I'm very excited for him.
Oh my God,
he's gonna be like crazy. He's gonna be dope.
That is really crazy. So stepping back, like I always do like a prelude to when I'll record something before this goes on, so people can get an idea. I can name drop all the shit you've done. Mm-hmm. But like your story is really crazy to me, and it's cool because it's like what now could be considered traditional in the sense of like you doing TV and doing XFactor and doing all that stuff. And I'm not trying to talk about. I click on 3 interviews with you and everyone talks about this stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's dope. I don't want the coffee to get you.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's like that's so rare to like have that jumpstart something, right?
Yeah, for sure. Nah, the whole way I guess got on, like, was pretty weird. You were so into this shit. Wait.
He's like grabbing the mic.
Wait.
Oh my God.
All right, but no, the way we got into it, it was crazy. Hold on.
He's like, I want to wear it too.
Yeah, he wants to wear this. So
my
bad.
gosh. If you're just listening to this on iTunes or whatever, Aaron's kid basically just stole the headset.
He got Pharaoh and we got the headset. Hold on, Bubba.
He going crazy.
Yeah, he's going nuts.
I wish my house was set up for kids so we could get like I wish I had like games or something.
Yeah, for we got it though. In time. He's good. He's gonna be so mad right now.
Oh my
but
God.
It's all good.
Hey yo, there's a balcony. I don't know if you you can go outside and if you want to check it out and see cars. Anyway,
Shout out to Pharaoh for the cameo.
Yeah, Pharaoh made the drop. No, but like you've done. Oh, my girl's bringing out stuffed animals, I think.
Thank you.
I don't know where she went. Okay, sorry. So
good. Yeah,
you did X Factor and top 10, right?
Yeah, top 10. That was the second season.
Second season?
Yeah.
First season was something similar?
I mean, we did like top 12. Well, nah, we didn't do top 12, but we were somewhere in that area. But we just got kicked off way earlier than I did by myself.
It's a shame.
Yeah. Nah, shit, it worked. It worked.
That's what I'm saying. It's cool because it's like for me, like I'm from Iowa originally.
Nice.
So, and you're Ohio, so, Midwest.
Yes, sir.
But like being in the Midwest, we, like I say this all the time in this podcast, and I think that this podcast is targeted towards a lot of people that are not in LA or not in New York or Chicago, right?
For sure, yeah.
Because there's a million Cincinnati kids that exist and a million kids from Cedar Falls, Iowa that exist.
Don't even get the opportunity like this.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So like to do that,
yeah.
When you were doing it, was it to you like this is my only shot, or it just happened to be an opportunity at the time? Like, what was your decision or your mindset, and did you like have a plan that you were setting? Like, all right, cool. If I do this TV show, who knows where it goes, but it is an outlet for me to like grow my name in a sense.
Yeah, I think that's what my mother tried to implement with me. Was like, yo, you do this, you never know what can come out of it. But at the point with me, it was just like I just started with some show. You know what I mean? I'd seen American Idol, and I'd seen how they did like a few of the other shows, and I wasn't impressed. I only did it because she was going to audition with me. Yeah, for real. Like I sang, and I went to an art school, but I wasn't like, all right, I want to do this with my life. You know what I mean? Like I was really just trying it because that was something that they had me do as a kid. So it was like, I enjoyed music, but I enjoyed making it the most and creating it the most. The singing thing I was always insecure with, especially getting on stage. But
back then, really? Like during the show and shit?
Yeah, at that point, like by second season, I was cool. You know what I mean? First season, like I never auditioned like for anything like that. Like outside of my school, which I never auditioned for stuff anyway. Like I really wasn't, like oh, I gotta do this. My mom would push me to do the music, but I really wanted to play sports. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to like prove to everybody that I could like do something else. But I can, but it's like I just have to, you know, follow my destiny for real. You know, doing the show made me realize that it was like, okay, you can do this. You can figure this out. Like people do, you know, have interest in you. You just got to figure out what it is that, you know, it is with you that's going to cut through, and with myself. Yeah.
Right. So on the show, was the show set up? The show's primarily just singing. So for you, was it like frustrating not being able to make music? You know what I mean? Like you're still making, but I mean like as far as like producing and being able to come through.
It's just decisions. Like I learned a lot. Like you don't have too much control with those type of things. So it's like they're picking your songs most of the time, unless, you know what I'm saying, like you're like a favorite on the show and you kind of get to do what you want. But
for real, it's like that?
It's just a lot of politics that goes into that. I mean, like you definitely got to have your favorites because it's a show. You got to plan that stuff out. I feel like they plan that a lot of that stuff out.
But that was like, this was like 2012. So this was years back, right?
It was, I think, I was 15 and 16 doing that.
How old are you right now?
I'm 23 now.
Okay,
so,
word.
Yeah. So yeah, that whole system is definitely, you know, it's different. So, but it was like all in all, that whole process was just a big stepping stone for me to just be in LA.
Yeah, right. So, so being in Iowa, like me and my friends would always be involved in music and creating and shit like that, right? And one of my friends specifically just kills it with singing, songwriting, guitar, all this shit, like fits the image of like an American Idol contestant and could do it. And so to him, it was like that was his only option. And he tried that thing like 3 times, would get far and then get nixed, and like it never worked out. But like that was it. So he kept trying that, and his alternative was like, okay, now I got to try to use the music on the internet and try to release things and try to find creative ways and use like Vine and things like that to try to get a jump.
Right.
And then eventually, you know what I mean, it's a struggle, that route, but it's almost like that show can potentially set you up like a jump cut, but is it hard to avoid? Like I see a lot of people just disappear after that shit.
Yeah.
So how hard is it to like do the show successfully? I mean, it was a success to get your name out there.
And then just not be like, in a way, blackballed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard because like for the winners, like you see, they really don't do much. Like, so it's either if you win and then you get stuck in a contract, but you don't really do nothing. Like I haven't seen a winner from XFactor or like do anything. Like, but it's usually the ones that get like top 3 who, you know, come out, you know, the best, you know, with the Fifth Harmonies and One Directions of the world. You know how that happens. But it's like, yeah, it can make or break you because people just kind of label you as an XFactor thing. Like you can see on all the blogs, they always be like XFactor alum, XFactor. And it has, I mean, it's cool because I mean I did do that, you know, but it's like, you know, I'm really like out here producing my music, writing my music. Like I'm not here because of XFactor. I'm here because after XFactor, nobody was messing with me and I had to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like nobody called me for like a gig or to work with them or to sign me. Like everybody else was kind of, you know, getting their thing, but I was kind of just, you know, I guess it just wasn't my time.
So then what were you doing? I want to go back to the childhood. Did you say your mom auditioned with you?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So she sings.
She's a singer, yeah. She sings. So she sang, you know, all around, you know, the States, the U.S. She's been around, you know, a lot. She was in a group. She sings incredibly. She's better than me. But she's, you know, she really kind of taught me, you know, what I know. My father's a drummer. He, you know, played drums for New Edition, Bell Biv DeVoe, Bobby Brown. He produced some records himself. So, you know, he did his thing too. So, but, you know, from, you know, both of them I learned stuff, but mostly my mother, you know what I'm saying? I was around her a lot more.
So you, I mean, probably as soon as you could sing, you were probably singing just because
I was just singing, because she, you know, she was like, yeah, you can do this. And at that point, it's like in Cincinnati, there's not much to do. You know what I mean? Like as far as like, unless you want to get in trouble.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you want to go get in something, like it's like, you have to figure out something.
Right.
Or you're just going to be stuck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Were you doing like, you said you wanted to do sports and shit like that, so you were probably doing that?
I played football a little bit, but like I went to an art school, so it's like we didn't really have sports like that. We had basketball, which I had to learn how to play. I wasn't that good at, so it wasn't like I was about to be like, oh, I'm about to be a hoop star. Right. So that's when I kind of started focusing on the music.
Whose idea was it? Your mom's idea? And
for the art school?
Yeah, like
it was my mom's. Like my dad lived in Atlanta my whole life. Most of the time, like so, yeah. Yeah, my mother just was like, yeah, you should go to this performing arts school. We had lived like, you know, kind of far out at that point, but we moved into the city to go to the school with the homie JaVale over there. My bad, I'm hitting him.
There you go.
But we had moved like, and I was there for about 7 years just at art school, and that's where I kind of just, you know, started preparing for shit like XFactor.
Yeah. So then for me, because I didn't, like, art school would have been dope, and I honestly didn't hear about art schools until I was in college. Like, damn, wait, in high school I could have been focusing on shit I really like.
Right.
Is it set up like that in a way where are you focused on, what kind of artists are you focusing on at the time? Like, because did you know this is what you wanted to do, or were you know what I mean, like, just singing a bunch?
You audition in to the school, so it's like, you know, I was in vocal, you know what I'm saying, but I also was in, like, you know, art, and then like tech, and you got orchestra, and like you got everything you could possibly kind of think of at the school. So it's like, really take your pick,
right?
You know what I mean, so
were you performing and shit back then?
Yeah, I was performing. We had like state of the art equipment. Like our school is like, the new one was like an $80 million building that they bought.
Damn.
Like, yeah, they did like an MTV show off of that school, off of the school at one point.
Really?
Like, yeah, like called Taking the Stage or some shit like
What's
that.
the school called?
School of Creative and Performing Arts. So
okay.
Like, eventually a K through 12, but when I started it was like 6 through 12. Well, no, 4 through 12, but yeah. So yeah, the school, it kind of prepares you, but it was a lot more like basic. Like, when even basic, just the like the early stuff, like, you know, classical and jazz and all the stuff that, I don't know. I don't think the school really prepared me for like this LA.
What'd you do outside of school at that time? Like, did you find that were your friends and shit, were you guys doing stuff that would push you creatively? Or
yeah, me and Javel,
your boy,
yeah, he actually engineers my shows.
Oh, for real?
He does. Yeah, we go on tour together too. So, but we've been like, he was like one of the first people I recorded with. We would go down in his basement, and like he would make beats and record us on like Fruity Loops and all that. Like, like he was the one engineering the stuff. Like, we didn't know nothing. Like, he was the one that kind of like put us in that little vibe. We just rap or sing. Like, I would do whatever because I was just trying to, you know, figure it out. But eventually I would just sing on the hooks, and like we would just, you know, have fun because we didn't really have like I said, much to do. So it was just like, it was 4 of us. We all would just rap, sing, do whatever. Well, I was the singer, but
right.
Yeah, but
no, that's dope. So then after
beats, and on my own, I made beats. I always made beats. I always had a motif, or I always had like Reason or Logic or, you know, Pro Tools or something. I was always in my own little studio, my vibe in my crib. So like, just personally, I would just work on it every day myself.
That's dope.
So yeah.
Were you making beats for other people or specifically for yourself?
Just myself.
Yeah.
I just wasn't confident at that point. Like, I was young, so like I would try to make beats for my brother or like the group, you know what I'm saying, like the homies, but I really wasn't making beats like that. I was really just trying to hone my craft and get it to a point where I felt like it sounded like something somebody would want. Right. You know, but like I always, you know, critique myself to a certain level. So I just like, I would always just be scared to like give people my beats.
Did you, before you got an XFactor, as your like first leap, were you guys doing shows locally or anything like that, or was it just like about the internet? Were you absorbing the internet?
It was more or less just the internet. Like, we would do like little shows like at the school from here and there, or like little things, and I would perform with my mother around the, you know, the city, you know.
That's crazy.
So that would be cool, but like we kind of just stayed in it from doing like the choral events and all the shit at the school. But like I said, like the real work came from just being on a computer screen. You know what I'm saying? Just ironing that shit out and just being in there for hours, writing songs by myself and just making beats and kind of just staying away from everything else.
Who were you looking up to at the time? And did you, musically, as far as artists that you were paying attention to, but was there also, did you have like mentors besides your family? Was there anyone else besides your homie? And
I mean, it was like, you know, I had the homies, and then, you know, there's, you know, musicians around, you know, around the city, you know, but like as far as like teachers, Mr. Stuckey, he was like the jazz teacher. Then I had like Mr. New, he was like the tech teacher, but he did lighting for like, I think it was like Van Halen and like AC/DC. Like he did like big tours.
Right,
just
damn.
the people who had really worked, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of just tried to listen to them and see, you know, who had real stories about, you know, going out and being on tours and being on stage and writing songs. Like, I just kind of really tried to listen to them.
That's pretty dope that they were installing people like that in the school, because like that's mad motivating, especially if you're tech and you know this dude actually did that shit.
Yeah, and it was still in it. There's people that was still in it. So yeah, and I think they're doing a better job now too with that. Just trying to bridge that gap from like the old days and how they did it back in the day into now, and like what the industry is running these days.
Would you ever go back and like try to teach a course or do something like that?
Oh, for sure.
That could be dope.
I would love to do any of that. I would love to do that right now. Just go back, You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like every student, like I know kids want to make beats. I know kids that go to school that make beats, but they don't have a class in there that like specifically to do that. You should take classes to be, or like, you know, we can have people come through, teach them Logic, teach them Pro Tools, teach them, you know what I'm saying, Ableton, whatever they need to, you know, learn, teach them how to record and etiquette, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really just going in. Like, and having people like me who's, like, in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Because there are people who graduated with me or, like, graduated a few years ahead of me that are, like, in big sounding companies or in lighting companies. They need to be having those students come back and chopping it up because they're working for big, like, really big, like, just people, like, doing sound. Like, he was doing sound for Prince. One of the homies was doing sound for Prince. One of the people was, like, it's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro. Like, so it's, like,
this is in Cincinnati, yo?
Cincinnati.
The hell?
So it's just like these people need to be coming back and like giving back. Like, I guess, and then High Tech's one of them people too. He always would come back, and he's a real good mentor. If that's anybody as far as who has been in it and like, you know, was giving me advice throughout the years, High Tech is definitely like a cool mentor around the city and somebody who stayed in the city and was like really true to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is your family still, like your mom still living there?
Yeah, they still out there. It's just me and my brother out here, and then the homies.
Right. That's dope. So you moved out here how long after you got off the show? Turned around and came out?
Literally like a few months. I just had to go back and graduate high school. I went back, and like a week later I graduated. Like a week later I moved out here from graduation. So I've been here like 6 years now.
So when you were planning to come here, like what kind of steps were you setting up for yourself to be able to come out here and not, you know,
not fail
right away?
I didn't know. I really, like, at that point, like, my way of thinking was just, like, I want what I want. So, as far as, like, failing, I'm in Cincinnati. Like, how worse can it get? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to California. You know what I mean?
Live in Little Rock, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That shit could be worse.
Yeah, right?
Shout out to my Little Rock people.
Hey, man, for real, though, like, this it's just, like, I'm not doing much here.
Right.
So why not go out somewhere, you know, and try to prove myself and just try to figure it out. I didn't really know what I was going to get into. I didn't know how LA ran, you know what I'm saying, like how people did their thing here. It's a totally different culture. It's a totally different language, you know, and shoot, business is different.
Hell yeah.
You know, so.
Did you have leads that you created while being on the show that were going to set you up to like start, you know, you said no one was hitting you up, but did you have some people that you could kind of connect with when you got out here?
It's like the Underdogs is who I kind of came up under. They were like producers for L.A. Reid at the time on the show. They were word. So Damon Thomas and Harvey Mason, I'd always like had Damon's number, and we, you know, but I actually ended up at their studio from the other homies. Like, they were just, you know, producers signed to them, and somehow, you know what I'm saying, through networking and just meeting people, I met them and then ended up back in their studio, the Underdog studio, like when I came out, like maybe about 6 or 7 months into my, you know, stay in LA. So came around full circle.
Super full circle.
I mean, crazy.
That shit's tight, right?
It's crazy.
I bet that shit happens to you more and more.
It does, and
crazy.
It's crazy. It keeps happening. A lot of stuff is like coming back full circle. So I'm just like, it's helping me my patience too. But
right, I like that.
They pulled up. Damon, they would just let me really just practice all day. I mean, I wouldn't make my songs really wasn't that crazy at that point. So it was really just boot camp, just being, you know, constantly my people telling me like, song's not hot. It's not it.
Yeah.
It's not. That's
Next.
not the one. Next.
Right.
Next. Go try that again. Write that better. Oh, that I don't really understand that. Why? Why is this? Why is that? So I'm just constantly getting my, you know, my music critiqued and my, you know, just the way I do things critiqued. It just really helped me. I learned from a lot of OGs that was in there, just, you know, working every day. J.Q. Smith, Adonis, you know what I'm saying, Dwayne Whitmore, Harvey Mason. Oh, you know, it's just a lot of people that come through there. And, you know, like artists, Genuine, Tank, Tyrese, all the people, all the cool R&B people they would have come through, like just always, you know, bring a dope energy into the studio.
I mean, you seem to kind of have like the mentality of you're able to take constructive criticism or criticism in general.
Yeah.
And then regurgitate that and use that to like help you get better. Was there any defeating moments that you faced, like any challenges that you kind of ran into when you first got out here? Like, obviously it fucking sucks hearing someone tell you your shit sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, for sure. I mean, it's just like, at first you're like, what are you talking about? Like, this is how I do my thing. At first that's how I'm thinking, but like, nah, man, there's a way to write a song. There's a way to build a record. There's a way, you know, that they do things here. You know, there's a formula, and you have to learn that. You have to be able to adapt. You can't just be willy-nilly writing and you to be the only one to understand what you're saying. So It's just like, or the melody. There's always, I don't know. There's just like, there's a way to do shit. And I guess a defeating moment would really just be really being told no, like being, you know what I'm saying, meeting with execs and not being signed, or people, you know what I'm saying, being around all these people and them not really wanting to like mess with my artist stuff. But it's like I had to, you know what, a defeating moment.
Yeah, drop it.
I just was talking about this shit yesterday, and it's crazy. I did a show at, I think it was the Troubadour.
Is that in LA?
In West Hollywood. It's like famous. It's a smaller spot, but it's like a famous spot. Everybody didn't like perform that. Like, everybody's performed that. And I went, and I just like, it was a few years back, and it was like the homie show. He put me on. He let me like open up or whatever. And I've been doing music. I've been working, and I just got up on stage, and like to perform my music, and just realized like I just was not ready. Like
that is the fucking worst like, feeling on earth.
I got up there and was just like, oh no, this isn't like, this is after XFactor too. So I've been on, like, I've had some stage shit, like I've been on it, like, but like, bro, I really like was trying to perform my new music and was just like, this is the worst thing I could have probably possibly done today. Like, but it was the best thing I could have possibly done, because then I was like, okay, I'm not doing that shit again. Let me figure out my music. Let me figure out a sound. I need to figure out how to make my stuff sound, you know, relatable, and, you know, I just needed people to like it. Like, you know, like.
But it all comes down to like a fine mix of performance and understanding how you're going to deliver.
Man, it was everything. Like, even like I got up there and couldn't even like connect with a fan. Like, I couldn't even look at people in the eyes. Dog. Like, it was bad. Like, and they was all looking at me like, waiting for me to like do something. It's like my first show after XFactor. Mind you, it's a few years. So it's like people are waiting for me to do some shit. And I was just up there like, damn, one song cut off. Like, it was like the worst shit that could have possibly happened. Happened. Like, the song's cut off. The DJ didn't know how to like bring the song back. Like, so I was just stuck up there. Like, I didn't know how to like just keep the show going. Improv. I didn't have that many songs to just keep singing. And then I just like, I didn't practice that shit. And it just really hit me like, bro, you have to be prepared. This is not Cincinnati. This is not XFactor. This is come with it or go home, because these people are not going to just cheer for you because you look cool.
And they'll remember that shit too.
And they'll remember that shit too. So I definitely remembered it. I was like, all right, that was trash. Let me start over. So I started over.
Yeah. I like when I was younger, like especially in college and shit, like I was making music all the time, and I've had nightmares where like some shit will happen where we got to come up and do a show, and that's my nightmare. And I wake up sweating like, oh fuck, did that shit just happen? Like,
exactly. It's the worst, bro.
Oh man, it's like feeling like your teeth fall out, you know, when that shit happens. That's like literally the worst feeling. Damn, that'll make you grow up quick. And I think if you can handle that hit, yeah, like you're saying, like I'm sure the next show you for sure fucking thought about.
I didn't perform for maybe 2.5 years after.
Really?
Bro, I really that's when I was like, okay, I gotta find a sound. Like, I gotta find what it is, because I'm like, bro, this ain't it. I was like, this ain't it. So I stopped. Like, I just stopped and really was like, I have to write good songs.
Right.
First, let me find out how these people want me to write, and then implement what I think is cool inside that shit. So that's what I like really started with as a base. Is like, okay, find out the formula at which these people are doing it, and then just make it my own.
Right.
So then I linked up with Nez and Rio, and that's what kind of changed everything. Like, as far as I heard, like how I heard myself. Nez and Rio, they did like Pretty Flacco 2,
okay, word.
Man of the Year, Schoolboy.
Yeah.
They're from Chicago, produced out of Chicago. They did a lot of stuff. Yeah. But, like, they just produced different shit. And I met them, you know, through the homie Mike that was working up at the studio. He was a producer at the studio. And I started working with Nez and Rio, and like they just make different beats. Like, if you listen to Schoolboy Q beats, they not like regular beats though. Like, especially from the early days, like Man of the Year, Gangsta. Like, it's just not your typical R&B shit. So it's like you never really heard like R&B music over their type of beats. So I was just kind of, you know, trying to figure it out. And I was like, man, I've never been able to write so easy to somebody's track and feel this like, you know, like good about myself. That's where I started, like just writing on their stuff. And I just would only write on Nez and Rio beats for a minute, and then, you know, I started, you know, producing with them and figuring out the way, you know, I wanted to make my beats, and I started doing that too. And then I started producing them. Then I'd meet, you know, musicians here, and that's how I put my stuff together.
Shit. Yeah. So would you say when you start writing with them, did you start placing records during that time? Like the stuff you were writing, was it getting used?
Well, actually, at that time, see, that show really just set up everything. Because after that show, like I said, I wanted to become a better writer, which, kept me in the studio. I was in the studio every day. Eventually, my songs started getting better, started getting, more love at the studio. I started working with Berg, hitmaker, but his name's Berg to me. It's my dog. We started, working and just getting placements. I did the pink print Nicki Minaj shit.
Right.
The favorite shit with him and Jeremiah. That was like my first placement ever for real.
That's fucking
well,
crazy.
Well, actually, the Chris Brown Red Lights and Right Now, but those were like mixtapes and stuff. And I started getting Chris Brown placements. Then I got my first Chris Brown, my first 100% writing credit, which was dope. On the K album, the royalty album.
Right.
K, I did the K record.
Dude, I did almost all of his music videos for the royalty album.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's my guy.
Well, I don't think he did one to K. But
nah. I don't think he did it.
But,
we only did like eight.
Yeah.
Damn. So that was like one of your first, like at that time you doing the K album, that's like, or the K record is like one of the first placements?
That was one of my first placements. Shit. As far as my real
that's a dope one.
A real label, big artist placement. That was real. That was
Were you signed at the time or not?
I wasn't signed at all. I was trying to figure it out, and then I eventually signed my publisher, BMG or whatever. But
does that happen? Say you place a record, does that come right after? Someone's probably gonna try to scoop you up for publishing, become a What as far as the order of it, do you get that first, then they kind of start getting you into the doors with the labels again, and
pretty much, or you could just prove it in your timeline. But you really realize that publishers don't get you placements. So
okay.
It's not about them. It's still about you. You just kind of get a little bag to be able to do what you want to do and maneuver. And you know what I'm saying? That's what that really was. It just helped me.
Right, they're just trying to get you
able
back.
To pay for my art. It helped me pay for my artist shit. So when I got that, I was like, oh, okay, I can live. Because I was homeless. I really ain't had no crib.
That's what I was going to ask. What were you doing to support yourself when you got out here? Because being in the studio ain't going to make you... Yeah.
At one point, I was sleeping outside in the studios upstairs and the underdog shit. I would sneak up there and just sleep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I probably wasn't sneaking. They probably knew, but I was up there. Damn. Because it was I wasn't getting no 9 to 5. It was if I'm in there, I won't be able to work.
Exactly, 100%.
And I have the opportunity to work every day. Mm-hmm. So I just got to figure it out. And if
just
I can
be
get
here
some money here, figure, you know what I'm saying? I got food stamps, did the whole 9.
Yeah,
and figured it out. So
God damn,
with BMG, they kind of just set me up to be able to okay, I can kind of work on my artist shit. Now I got a little bit of something. Now I can kind of focus. And that's when I really, really got it in with Nez and Rio. And that's when I started working on a project in those phases.
Fuck. That shit's so interesting because you really you really were on the floor trying to figure it out. But that was years. You were out here for how many years before that happened? Before you got Chris's, that record was
2
years?
and a half. Chris was 2 years ago, so that was 2.5 before that. So it was I've been here almost 6 years. It's 5.5 years right now. So yeah, it's 2. Yeah, it was 2 years in. For 2 years, I was for real cops.
I love that shit. I was on the floor at my homie's house for 6,
That's how you got to do it.
15 months.
Everybody got to go through a process.
Kiddo good?
Hilarious.
See outside?
Yeah, he just loves it. I got a screen at the crib, so he knows how to work that.
He's going in and out, chilling on the balcony. So okay, so you get your placement, you start making some bread. Mm-hmm. Is the first check only coming from the Chris record, or is it starting to come from different records?
I don't even know if I see anything from the Chris
that one, right?
Yeah. Because it's I don't know, royalties and back end, this is crazy, bro. The business and politics of that is crazy.
Fuckery.
Fuckery is a great word for that. But as far as it's the upfront, it's the advance. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
That's what's the bread comes from.
Right.
It's writing songs really don't make you no money unless you're a share, a
superstar.
You know what I'm saying? You're a superstar. You're getting producer check, and that might not be as big if you're not a super big producer. So it all depends on the pot and the people you're affiliated with, and the connections and the.
But it sounded like you were mad networking. You just became cool with a lot of different people that all kind of played the role of setting you up to win.
For sure. No, yeah. It was just me and Berg was really just rocking for the longest. It was me and him, and then I eventually met Rod and Push, and he was with Interscope. So it's those are the two main things I kind of went through.
Push is at Interscope?
Yeah, Push. Rod. He's at A&R up there.
That's why why did I just see his Instagram? I think I just was looking at this dude's Instagram randomly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Unaffiliated. I swear to God,
out here, man.
Yeah,
Rod's a star out here.
I don't know if I just know his. I don't know. That's crazy.
Rod, he's famous.
He's famous. You are, man. I tripped on you on Instagram, and I probably met you before and forget. I'm terrible with names. Oh, that's trash. That's dope. So this starts picking up steam, but for you, you're focused on becoming like your artist. You want to be an artist, right?
At that point, because I was like, all right, I did a couple records with Nez and Rio, let people hear it, and they, people were fucking with it.
Yeah.
For once, people were messing with my artist stuff. Like I got them to like my regular songwriting, A+, you know what I'm saying, like regular cookie cutter shit that everybody wanted. Like I got okay at that. Yeah. Now it was like, all right, what do you do different?
Who is they? You're talking about the people in the studio that you're working with?
People in the studio, just
the people that need you got to get their approval almost.
Yeah, you got to get the people you got to go through. It's like, nah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So until I did that, you know what I'm saying, it was like, I was out of luck. Until I figured out my sound, I was out of luck for real.
So when do you feel like, because you put out an EP, you had an album.
That's it.
Is there another project that came out since then? The album's the last thing you dropped?
No, I'm about to drop the deluxe edition this month. But
what are you adding, like a couple records?
4 records.
4 new records?
Yeah.
So when you drop your EP, this was like what?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, that was 2016. I did it in like 2015.
But when you said you were dropping, you were like putting some stuff out. Were those records released online? Like people?
No, that was just like regular, like
demoing and things like that.
Just listening. Like I think I put out a record in 2016. That was like a record called You on SoundCloud, and today it's still my biggest song on there.
Damn, really?
Yeah, because it just got over time. It's got so much, and then I'm not like a big SoundCloud artist actually.
Right. So it's like you put that record out and you start kind of crafting the EP. The EP is the first thing you drop. Yeah. And what was the response off the EP?
I mean, at the first, it was just light. All my fans from the show, it kind of died down, or nobody's really checking, so it was light, But it was just like a slow grind, which has been a slow build. It was just like we did a video, and then like at that point, I didn't have my whole like team thing together either. Like I didn't really understand branding and marketing. I wasn't a big presence on Instagram either, which I'm still trying to work on too. Yeah. But like I wasn't very media savvy, so it was just like, and we didn't promote, but people were enjoying it, like as far as the I guess the people who needed to hear it, like the industry.
Right.
I went to Apple and like Empire put it out. So it was cool. Like they were messing with me, like they were messing with my songs and through phases. So that's like the industry started kind of messing with me after I put out phases. But then when I did my album, like that's when the people started actually like
really
checking.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. That what's like now thinking about this, like that TV show, it literally sets you up to like for everyone. I bet the percentage is very high of who fucking falls off, right? Yeah. Because it's literally like no matter what, they make you feel, they're using you so much to make you feel like you're at the top of the pinnacle, like this is it. And then you have to literally restart. Like you restarted hard.
All the way over.
They got
like, and it's what it feels like too when you get cut. Like the first year I was devastated. Second year I was cool. I was like, man, I'm so ready to go home. But it's like that's how they treat you. Like
they get what they need.
You're this. You're cut. Bam. Go home that night. You're on press in the morning, 3 a.m. And then you're on a flight. And then it's over. I was at basketball practice the next day.
Really?
Yes. I went to basketball practice the next day.
They shit them out, man.
And they're like, all right, we're peace. And then if they want you, they'll sign you to whatever they want to sign you for and keep you, But luckily, that didn't happen. So, I was never like caught up in nothing stupid like that.
Did you feel like you needed to live up to the brand that you were creating from the show? Because, I mean, back then, Instagram was a thing, but not.
It wasn't as big as it is today in any way, shape, or form.
But like, were you using the show? Like, were you continuously like trying to keep those fans? Because like, even for me, I do tour with Schoolboy Q. Go do that tour. All the TD fans start to love me. And then after tour gets done, a year passes by. You have like the fans stay around, but you see them all fall off eventually, or they only give a shit about that. Yeah. Then I go on tour with another artist. It's like, so did you see like your fan base start fizzling? Did that fuck you up at all? Like, did that throw off your mentality at all, or make you feel like you need to rush anything? Because what I like is that it sounds like you took your time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was just like I just kept seeing my followers go down. Like my followers went down a lot. Like I'm finally, I think, back up on Instagram to where I was when I like
from the show.
From the show,
wow.
Like, but I lost like, I swear, like maybe 40,000. Like, bro, I think they put fake Twitter followers on your Twitter, bro.
For sure.
Like, so I'm like, bro, because it's like, I seen like my shit just keep going down, like month by month. And like until now, I'm just like, geez, like.
That's crazy.
It just kept going down. I'm like, man, this is bad. But it was just like, man, what can I do about that? Like, I don't have any music out. I'm not like, I really couldn't trip at the end of the day.
Would you want those people that watched the show back then? Not to say you don't want fans, but I'm saying like, is that who you are now musically?
No, in no way, shape, or form. So it's like I'm not tripping.
Right.
Sometimes I wish that I wasn't portrayed that way, but now I'm like, it shows the growth. It shows of like me growing up.
When I was watching the videos,
man,
I'm like watching your music videos. I'm like, man, it's just sick. Like it fits the pocket right now really well. And then you watch the shit back then, and it makes sense of what it was.
It was just curated shit. It was, whatever they wanted it to be. It was whatever they wanted it to be as far as songs, like song choice. I was out there singing Madonna songs, bro. Like
that's crazy. Oh yeah, him. You that's weird as shit to have Brittany Spears be your coach.
Yeah, it's like,
everyone's probably that's been a thing. You should. Have you ever had your mom sing on any of your records?
It's crazy. She's on the new records.
Is she?
Yeah, she sang some backgrounds on the new records.
She come out here to do that?
Yeah, I had her come out here.
That's dope.
Yeah, so.
Will you ever bring her on stage to do a little thing?
For sure. Nah, I was actually. Dang, you gonna ruin some surprises, man.
Exclusive.
Right. Shout out to my mom. Hope you're listening.
Wow.
Shit. But nah, one of these days for sure, we gonna get that together for sure. I really want her to move out here.
Yeah.
Then we'd be able to focus more on that too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's dope to have that type of relationship with your mom, like to be able to really she gets it. She gets what you're doing.
No, for sure. She actually helped me write one that's gonna be on my next project too.
Wow.
Like the next one I'm gonna drop it next year. Like we actually got like a really, really dope record that we wrote.
That's crazy, yo.
Crazy.
That's fucking dope for her.
Yeah,
like
for
think
sure.
about that shit. Like, did she make it on the show?
Nah, she didn't. Like she went through
mad at
all
you?
the rounds. Nah. It was because it was for me.
Yeah, I know.
And then the way like she made it through everything I made it
That's
through.
crazy.
So it was like on the third audition you get called back. And like it's just like a judge, it's like a producer thing. Like you get called and see if you're on the show or if you're not. Like she made it through all those rounds. She just didn't get the call to come on the live auditions.
Yeah,
but she made it through all the extra little producer rounds that I made it through.
She fire.
Yeah, no, she's dope. She got
That's
it. For
cool
sure.
as fuck.
No, yeah.
Damn. So album came out since then because you just toured a bit, right?
Yeah.
How many tours have you done?
It's like 3. Well, yeah, I've done 3 tours since last year.
Supporting?
First 2 were supporting. Now I'm on my headlining tour. I'm
Right.
starting back on November 17th this month.
So what'd you guys do? You did like a small leg first, and then now you continue?
I did the Her tour starting last year into this year, and then me and Sir did some dates. We did the dates, and then I did my own, like the West leg, and then we about to do the East Coast, like South. So it's by myself. So yeah, these are the headlining dates.
How's that been? How's touring? Like, transitioning from the last time you fucked the show up to now. What was your
crazy? Because I've been performing for like a year now.
Yeah,
like for real. Like it's low key been like I think the Mint show was like maybe October or something like that. It's been like for real like a year since I've been really back performing. So it's just been nonstop for real. Just like doing that, and then doing like one-off shows and doing like college shows. That's just been crazy.
So what do you do to prepare for your live? Like, what's your live show experience like? How do you focus on that? Because you said you're building a team and you're learning more about building a team, visuals and all that shit.
Well, as far as like the shows, now I'm like I got my band with me. So
you got a band?
Cool. Yeah, I got the band with me. So that's like number one for me. It's like really just showing the musicianship, just really being out there and giving like a real show. I feel like you can't just be going up there singing the tracks if you're R&B. Like, bro, that shit's so whack to me, bro. Like, gosh,
that's literally like the
when I
worst.
see dudes just going to tracks, and then when I have to go to tracks sometimes, I'm just like,
like you come up on someone's show.
Yeah, I'm just
like,
yeah, this is so bad because it's a feeling like, and I'm like a real like if I go to shows, like I want it to be like a real show. I'm not like, I would say like I would rather go to a Usher show than a Future show. I'd rather go to like I go to a Babyface show or somebody, somebody's a real musician. Not that I say it, I don't like that type of thing, but I can listen to that on the radio.
Literally,
and it sound exactly the same.
Right. Because I hate when people compete with themselves on their, like they're playing their backtrack. They're literally playing the actual record that's on iTunes.
And then they're going off.
And you can't, like, you're like, bro, this is not tight.
It's not it. So I just have to figure out, a way to make my record sound like the record, like the album, but, have a live feel to it. So that's really, where I am in March, just trying to figure out how to, put that all together and like successfully, like really, have that band / I guess, album feel too, because people like that sounding like the album. They do like that. So I take pride in making it,
that's dope,
organic, but still, giving them a piece of the album.
How did you assemble your band? Did you know them, or did you just start linking with musicians?
Javel, I've known him since sixth grade. He does all my engineering, like make sure everything is right. Mm-hmm. And then Nate, I just met him not too long ago. He's been on the last 2 tours with us.
Oh, dope.
And then Joe, I've known him since he plays bass. I know him since I think he was in 8th grade.
Oh shit!
He came out from Cincy. And then Cam, he's a producer. He's a real good friend of mine, and he actually he plays guitar, but he's not like a guitar, like, I can't say that. I think he's a beast, but he doesn't, like, when I met him, he was like, he didn't tell me he played guitar. He was like, I produced, and I was like, you play guitar for me? He's like, anything, bro. So I was like, my dog.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? So he's really, really good. I think that's it. Me, Cam, Javel, Joe, and Nate. Tricks.
When you're headlining a show, how long does your set usually last?
Headline is probably an hour.
Hour
10. I'll probably do another song, to come out. But it depends on the feeling, man. I'll be out there 120 if I need to. But I try to keep it to, the venue's curfew or whatever.
Right, all the politics, that shit.
But no, it's hour set. Nice long set.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's been some of the highlights of being on the road, and like, how do you set yourself up to tour? You know what I mean? Like, how do you, because I felt like when I was playing music and shit, we would open up for people that would come through the Midwest all the time, like J. Cole and shit like that. They'd be coming through, and we'd be like, all right, cool. So if we're gonna play this show, how do we snatch their fans and make them ours? What are you doing to build like long-term relationships with these people who come out? Because you got your fans that come out, you got your fans that bring their friends that don't know you.
Yeah.
What, aside from just putting on shows, or anything else that you're strategically thinking about, or is it parts during the show that you try to connect with these people that may not have been fans and win them over?
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, I always, like, introduce myself and then, say if you don't know me, this is my name. You can find me here. You can do this. But I really just, whole show, I'm just trying to be in the crowd's face. Like, I'm just trying to be in it. So as far as, like, interaction, like, that's what I do. I interact with the crowd. And then, as far as new fans, I try to give them shit, that they've, they've never heard. Like, I try to do things, renditions that they probably...
Like giving them like
this coffee is going crazy right now. This got me fucking going.
You drink coffee often or not? No, I try to
not super often. Only when I'm sleepy, bro. Only when I'm sleepy.
Dog. I live and breathe it.
Yeah, it's good though. It just messes me up for sure.
I hear that.
But shit, where was I at?
I got short-term memory loss. I forget
Me too, bro.
Fuck.
It's damn. Oh, we're talking about tour though. We're talking about how to prepare and win them over. It's just really just giving them a show. Man. Like, I just try to go out there and like fuck it up.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, as far as like meeting people, I always go out and like after my shows, regardless if it's a meet and greet or VIP package or whatever it is, I go out and meet my fans.
Right.
I go out and talk to my fans because it's like, you never know when you're gonna be able to see them again, or make an impact on them like that, or touch somebody, and you never know what that does for them.
Yeah.
Like, I get messages all day, every day, like, your music's so dope, it's crazy, you never know what you, like, you don't know what you do, like, it's so inspirational, like, I just went through the worst breakup of my life, and it's just going crazy, like, I'm like, damn, nigga, like,
it's crazy, right?
Fuck, like, I just made a song.
Yeah.
Like, I just made a song, so it's like, that's just a blessing.
Man, that shit is so true, and I feel like that develops, like, you can only connect so much with people through the internet, right?
Yeah,
like in that live experience, being on the road, I feel like opens up a shit ton of doors, So you doing this tour, 2000 whatever the next year is. Are we in 18 right now? 2019 coming up.
Yeah.
What are you strategizing as far as like you got your deluxe coming out? Do you have like a long-term plan? I know you probably don't want to release most of this shit on there, but like, what's your plan? What's your plan for the next 5 years? What do you try to do?
I mean, I'm really just trying to tour, sell records, get top 10s, top 5s, win some Grammys, take care of my kids,
boom,
make some bread. I mean, like, and change the way, you know, we got this music going. I feel like there's a lot of different things we could do to make it better and put, you know, certain things in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? And they keep saying R&B is dead, but it's not. It's not fucking dead.
Hell no.
It's just how you put it out there. It's how you present it to the world. It's what you put out there. So we just gotta fight more for real. But I expect to just be working. That's it.
Would you say, have you seen like the visual aspect of it? My community is like mad video people. How have the videos helped your brand and help get your name out there or build an identity with your face? You know what I mean? Like, have you seen anything from that, or what are the benefits of when you create videos, good videos?
I mean, you definitely see when they like the video and they don't. I mean, my videos aren't that, they're not that big right now. Like, I don't think I got the most views on my video, but people definitely the most thing they get to see is just like, they just get to see the music. I don't know. They just use it as a segue to listen to the music, because then they don't really say much about the video other than, oh, he looks nice. It's dope. It's a cool video. It's cool lights. But then they be like, what song is this?
Right.
That's how people like kind of get into my shit. So it's like really like, that's what I've been trying to do, is just be like in the face and then like visually always have video content, because that's how they're just like segueing into my music these days. I don't know. It's like if you see something, it's better than just trying to hear it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And it's like right now with YouTube, it's like the user base is so thick that they may not be on Spotify playlists, they may not be, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah, no. And we just trying to get my videos better. But videos definitely help. I just working with Instagram. Like if I post a video, like I get way more views than what it would be if it's just a picture or whatever. Right. So it's just like, I don't know. Videos is,
you got a hair thing falling on your eye.
I felt like it.
This is what new friends do, man.
Where is it at?
No, it's on your eye. You're on your eye, bro. Just go like this.
Oh, like this?
Other eye.
Oh, fuck.
Boom. We good. Now it's on your face. Now it's right here.
Oh, my God.
We got it.
Terrible.
It's coming down the nose.
I see it, too. Low-key, I see that shit in my eye. Oh, shit.
Man, this is hilarious. I think we good. You got it. We good. We back to normal.
We back.
Nah, I think that the elements of videos, you said it with Instagram. Why you could talk about that earlier. Are you seeing Instagram as a way, like would you say Instagram is like a better outlet for you versus like YouTube and shit? Or
at this point,
yeah,
but only because that's just how like my branding's gone. I think it's different for everybody. You know what I mean? But with me, Instagram has been like my biggest thing.
Right.
Like it's better than my Twitter. I get way more love on my Instagram than I get on my Twitter.
Interesting.
As far as the feed. So I think Instagram is like my biggest thing. Being able to show them like my story. And it's really my story. It's really my story is like how people connect with me, because I barely even post on my regular page. Like,
right.
As far as videos and shit.
What would you say is like, so far in your career, your most standout moment? Like, who did you meet that, I know you talked about this, but like, is there any iconic random moments to you that kind of shake you up to think like, fuck, I'm from Ohio. I just met this person and the words they said to me changed my life. You ever have any moments like that?
I think I've had a lot of moments like that, but I don't be like sitting back to enjoy it too much. Like, cause I check myself all the time, because I be like, damn, I done met some crazy people. I mean, like, I don't know, meeting like, you know, my idols as far as like, you know, musicians, like meeting the dopest writers, like meeting Usher and Chris, and, you know what I'm saying, meeting Jeremiah and Ty, and just the peers in music. That's just, you know, for them to tell me that my shit is dope, right, without, you know, having that many fans. And, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's not hype. Like, to be able to be, like, in their eyes is like one of them. And it's not because of somebody else told them to fuck with me. It's because they heard it and they fuck with me. I think that's just the biggest moments I've been having. Is just to get the respect that I feel like I deserve.
That's the best fuel too, to like push you forward and shit. Is to know you had that automatic cosign that you created for yourself. You know what I mean?
It's just, and it teaches me just really, it's just having patience, bro. Because I'm not the biggest artist. Like, I don't have like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest artist. So like when somebody, you know, that is in that, you know, that realm is just telling me to keep going.
Right.
You got it. Like, it's the shit.
That's fucking inspiring.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So.
Well, this shit has been fucking sick, bro. I always ask my, like, the creator community to ask you questions.
Yes,
just let them go. I know I got a couple I posted earlier today. Let's see. Some of them might have been some of the shit we talked about, so you don't got, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Alwa Gordon said, how has songwriting changed nowadays, and what advice would you give to upcoming songwriters?
Okay. Songwriting. I feel like it's changed a lot because you can say a lot more too. You can say a lot right now. You can say practically whatever you want and not get crucified for it these days. I think as far as like R&B and like hip hop, it's gotten a little bit more simple. But then again, like if you look at, shoot, like in the 70s, they wasn't saying nothing but, baby, I love you, I need you, I want you, I gotta have you. They just said it in a cool, like, dope, finesse way, and the music was so beautiful, it kind of drowned out that everything was simple. So I think, I don't know.
That's a good point.
It hasn't changed so much because I felt like it was a point where everybody just had to be super lyrical and super like, oh man, what is this dude talking about? But I think it's just getting really easier to understand, and then some people just don't care about lyrics these days. So but any advice I give to you is to really just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Study. Study the greats, study the the Babyfaces, the Fauntleroys, you know what I'm saying? Study the Diane Warrens, study, who J.Q. Smith or any of these people who's really writing these records. Just see what they did, study the methods, the formulas. But it's easy these days. You can just go into a booth. I got it, and it's a song.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
I mean, it's a lot of ways it's gone. It's gotten easier, but it's gotten harder too because you can say some dope shit these days and it'll just run right past them because they just don't understand or process it these days. We're in a, I don't know. It's just really like, Kendrick, those type of people aren't as, I feel like appreciated these days. So
true.
If you're going to be lyrical, you got to say something out of this world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would you say that has a lot to do with the oversaturation? I mean, it's becoming easier and easier and easier every day to record.
For sure. It's just, you can do anything these days. Like, I could be on my phone, and if I have a dope enough engineer, it'll sound all right.
You mean to record it on your phone?
Record it on my phone. Like,
Fucking
you can make
voice
anything.
memo, bro.
Yeah, voice memo. You can go on GarageBand on your computer, just yell into it. If you got, like, auto-tune work wonders. So,
yeah, that's amazing. Let's see, Nathan. I always fuck up these people's names.
I'm terrible with names.
I just want to call her Natty because I don't even know if it's a guy or girl. Anyway, they said Natty Brown or whatever your name is. After being, let's see, we already talked about that, the XFactor shit. Do you still feel like since the rise of the internet, a musician doesn't necessarily have to be centralized in LA or NY? Or any other major city to be noticed or break into their career? What other things may have a positive or negative impact on an artist since the internet has become such a major platform? Topher Dunlap asked that question. Do you feel like you need to live here to be able to make it?
No, but definitely helps because one, you're just around everything that's working. Like, there's not a Capitol Records in Ohio. There's not an Interscope in Ohio.
There's an $80 million fucking school in Ohio.
There's $80 million. Yeah, but shit, they don't know nothing about Interscope there. They ain't teaching the right shit to let you, know that there is an Interscope out there and you can reach out to somebody. But nah, you don't, because a Bryson Tiller can be from Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and go off.
Facts.
And be as quiet as he is.
Yeah.
And go off. So, nah,
True.
You don't have to live here. But it definitely helps.
Yeah, I agree with that. I always felt like being in Iowa is like, you can do as much as you want. Even now, there's so many times where I'm here and you have a downtime between jobs or some shit, and you're just like, I could do all this shit from home. You know what I mean?
You could.
And live in a dope crib for what I spend out here.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the time. Oh my gosh, if I had what I had here in Cincinnati,
I'd would be insane.
Such a less stressful person.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, oh yeah, I'd probably be.
It's true though. It's
smoking
like
a cigar right now. Yeah, my life is great, bro.
Sitting on 4 acres outside, just like looking at your lawn.
For real.
You could hire.
I'd have a big ass crib in Cincinnati.
It would be
for
sick.
Sure. Instead of what I got out here.
Do you ever think you move back?
Hell yeah, I want to, man. I really, go through it every day. Like, should I be here? Do I belong here? A lot of times I feel like I don't belong in LA. Like, I don't. Like, my soul, like my spirit does not belong here.
Because this shit's crooked as fuck.
Working, yeah, I can work out here all day. But it's like my mind, I gotta be somewhere where it's just like a little bit more chill, man. And it's chill as far as the weed out here, but like it ain't chill. Like people aren't chill. Like it's a lot of people worried about a lot of shit they don't have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. It's a lot of people in your business. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot for somebody like me who just likes to
kick back
and relax. Like I don't need much. Like I don't need the clubs. I don't need I don't need all that. All I need is this music, my family, and to be able to chill,
right,
and make this bread and just be comfortable. Like all the extra shit is not like I don't care. I just want to perform.
Right. Damn. Let's see. We got like two. We can do like 2 questions left. Deshaun Barnes says, "What's a positive to streaming services, and what's a negative in your eyes?"
The positive to streaming services is that you can just like I don't know. The positive is it's just easy. Streaming is very easy. I think it's just the positive is for the fans. That's just for the people. The positive is for the people. As far as like being an artist, it's cool. Like they just got to figure out how to make all the money you can off of those. Because I feel like a stream is not an album buy.
Right.
It's not. But sometimes it's not even a song being bought. It doesn't add up to that. So it's like it's good for you because you just got a song for like
8 pennies.
Yeah, but it's like us is a little different. But streaming, I mean, I don't know. It's just what the time is these days. It's just what it is.
Right.
I don't know. Like a pro to streaming.
But it's like an outlet, like, you know what I mean, as far as like distribution in a way that some people may trip on your shit that you didn't plan on, and you might have got them because it was free. Yeah,
for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, it does help in a way as far as like playlisting and all that shit, like the little shit. But I don't know. As far as my first thought, I'm not like a streamer. I'm like I would like to buy your album at a store type of person. And
the experience of
the experience of cracking open, yeah. But streaming is dope because there are ways you can make a lot of money off of it, but you have to be like not signed.
Yeah, I hear that. Let's do this. We got one. Let's do one last one. People be asking some obvious questions. Like, you think I'm not going to be talking about this shit? All right, this one's good. My boy Travis Lloyd, he says this. What's the most exciting part of a regular day for you? And you can't say being in the booth or writing music.
The most exciting part about a regular day is handling everything that, like, if I go to the bank and I cash a check, or if I go to the store and grab groceries, I'm super excited. I feel like my day is just like fucking made.
Wait, what?
I feel like a grown ass person. I don't know. Like, if I go get groceries, I just feel accomplished when I do shit.
Yeah.
When I'm just sitting lounging around, like playing video games or something, I feel like shit. So the most exciting thing about a regular day is just to see it.
Yeah, I hear that.
See the day, just to be here. You know, because it's a regular ass day. My regular day is regular as fuck. It's like sitting on the couch, so it's not too much to get excited about other than just to be there. You know what I mean? To be there in a moment, and then usually when I'm chilling with my son, that's like the only thing that really matters.
How often are you chilling with your son? Does your son live with you?
No, he doesn't live with me.
No,
but like it's like
you see him
every other day.
Yeah. How often are you on regular days or on work days? How often would you say in a week are you working on music and then doing regular shit? What would you say your percentages?
Well, these days it's like I'm doing a lot more than just being in the studio. Like I haven't even really been in the studio this year like that. Like it's been features and like little shit mixing here. But like honestly, I'm usually always working on music stuff, whether it's like branding or going to do an interview or doing something. Like I'm usually always doing that.
Right.
It's very rare these days that I like get to just like chill and not have nothing to do.
Right.
But when I don't have nothing to do, it's like I'm still doing shit.
Like,
yeah, because like I'll make a beat or I'll like
it's never off.
It's never really off unless I'm like playing a game or like chilling with somebody or just chilling with the homie smoking. But I do that when I'm working, so it's not like I don't know. My days are just like really, really like the same.
Yeah, I hear that. So that's the same for me. I feel like it's the exact same for me. All right, this is dope. I love this conversation. I feel like the way to end this would be, how can fans find? Because I don't want to just date this based on your fans, about this tour, but like to buy tickets for the tour, how do they get that shit? Your website or something?
You can go to the website. It's on the link. You know. Yeah, my website is arinraymusic.com/tour. You can find it there, and then that'll get you to the link. It's on my Instagram. It's on my Twitter, Arin Ray Camp. So you can find it all there. Tickets are up now.
Do you have any more LA shows coming up?
No, but I think I got one in Dago coming up soon.
Okay,
but, yeah, I did my LA shows on the West Coast.
The first one,
yeah.
Right.
But definitely. I'm
Got
always
more.
performing in LA.
All right, I'm gonna pull up. Well, good.
Please.
That shit was fire. I always do this. So if people made it to the end of this episode, I tell them to go to your feed on IG, and whatever your last post was, they just put a hashtag and tag me in it, so I know that they listen to it. But you gotta pick the hashtag.
Okay, so I'm making my own hashtag right now.
Yeah, it doesn't. It can be whatever you want. People listen to some wild shit.
Oh, they done said some crazy shit. I don't know. Nah, we just gonna hashtag Platinum Fire Tour right there.
Platinum Fire Tour.
Yeah, Platinum Fire. Hashtag Platinum Fire.
If you made it this far, go drop that shit right motherfucking now.
Go drop that shit. Have hashtag Platinum Fire.
So we know you're a real one.
You're a real one.
All right, cool. Is there anything else you want to say, man? This was dope. I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you. And I just want to just thank everybody that's been supporting me, man, from this, from day one. It's just been beautiful. 2019 is going to be a great fucking year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good work, bro.
Bless my G.
Keep it up, bro. Cool. Boom. Bow, bow, bow. That's it for episode 40 with Arin Ray. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Make sure to follow Arin on Instagram at Arin Ray Camp. So you can start fucking with what he's doing. You can find all the social links in the show notes. Visit bwnc.com/podcast for that shit. If you watch the shit on YouTube, drop a review in the comments. If you listen on iTunes, leave us a review so people know that we're lit. And if you're interested in joining the private group for creators, visit bwnc.com/join. Merch store is currently shut down. We'll try to get that up soon. We got some ideas in the works for that. So follow us on Instagram, Black with No Cream. Follow me on Instagram, Ben Rovers World, and subscribe to us on every fucking platform possible. That's it. We'll see you every Wednesday and Sunday. Talk to you then. See you next week. You bitch.